we have done reflections. There we go. And today we're doing rotations. After this, we'll be left with one more of transformations, which are enlargements and reductions. So we're on the third one. Okay. We're on the third one of the transformation chapter. So these are the three definitions that we might need. Okay. 3 definitions that we need. And the first one is we need to be told the angle of rotation. So if we say we're rotating a shape, it's going to ask us, are we rotating it in 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or 270 degrees? Okay, so they need to specify our rotation, okay? And then there's a center of rotation. Right now, let's not focus on that, but you can have a definition. That's the specific point around which the object must be turned. Now, unfortunately, we can't do a lesson with a protractor where I show you guys how to put it on the center and rotate the shape and do all of that. But yeah, just know that it exists out there. You can search it and stuff. And yeah. And then, of course, the direction of the rotation. So our 2 directions are clockwise and anti-clockwise. There we go. Okay. So those are 2 possible directions. All right. So now, this is the difference between clockwise and anti-clockwise. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. We're looking a little bit small. There we go. So if we say we're rotating a shape in the clockwise direction, it means in the same direction as the hands of a clock. Okay, you'll screenshot. Please screenshot this one now as I talk. Okay. So clockwise direction means the same way the hands of a clock go. So it means if you're going from top to bottom, you're turning right. Okay, that's what it means. And then anti-clockwise is obviously the opposite direction. So from top to bottom, you will be turning left. Okay, yes. So the coordinates do change in rotation. And then I will show you a table now about where the rotations are and what the coordinates do. Okay, Palisa, was it Palisa who asked for screenshots? There we go, quickly. Yes, Khotatso?
Ma'am, there's nothing appearing on the phone.
Okay, Ms. Simone will be able to help you with that, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. So everyone who has taken, yes, reflection is the easiest in my opinion. It is the easiest. Now, you guys have to write this down and take a screenshot. Okay, we have to write this down because this is a lot of rules to remember. Look at this table. So first it tells you the type of rotation. And then this point are the originals. Remember, we have to start with some point at the original. And remember, points are always written in the form X, Y. And then they tell you how these points change. Okay, so if we're rotating an image 90 degrees clockwise, okay, you have to be given 2 pieces of information. First, the degrees and the direction. 90 degrees clockwise, it goes from X, Y, and then first the coordinates swap, okay, they swap places, and then the original X becomes negative. So the one that's now the Y, this one, becomes, nope, not becomes negative. I keep saying that, and that's not what I mean. I mean, it changes signs, okay? Because look here, guys. If my original point was 2, -2, and -3, let's rotate this 90 degrees clockwise. So what's the first thing? First, they have to swap, right? So we have a -3 and a -2. And then what was the original X, guys? What was the original X? It was -2. So what happens to the original X as seen in our table? It has to Nice, Abu. It has to change signs. So then it's -3 and +2. Nice. Do we get it? Are we sort of like, okay, these rules make sense? I know when they're written like this in the notation, it's something like what swap change, what punch pencil first X, now it's a Y, but it's negative and it's what, right? There we go. So now for 90 degrees, counterclockwise, okay, counterclockwise is the same as anti-clockwise, okay, guys? I'm gonna write that down just now. This time we're going the other way around, counterclockwise, okay? Same as anti-clockwise. So this time we still swap the coordinates, but this time which one becomes negative? Which one gets the which one changes sign? Excuse me, which one changes sign? The Y, do you see there? So now the Y will change sign. So do you have to switch the coordinates around? So X is first. What do you mean? What do you mean? Also, everyone else is very quiet. I'm not sure if you guys are following or what's going on, but let's practice, okay? This time my coordinates are -5 with 2. Let us rotate this point in 90 degrees anti-clockwise or counter-clockwise. Let's hear what we have to say. Yes, Palesa?
So, ma'am, when you turn anti-clockwise, the Y and the X change position. So we'll start with the Y first.
2 and -5, okay? And then?
Ma'am, I was asking, does
Oh,
the when
yes, yes. So you first change the positions, okay? That's why
okay,
you can see here, Y is first, and then X is after. Y is first, and then X is after. And then to determine which one changes sign, you look at
Sign.
the originals, okay? So
Oh,
which one
okay.
is
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
original X? It's this one, that's the one that changes sign. And in this case, Palisa, don't run away. Which one was
Oh.
our original Y in this case?
Which one is our
Original Y.
original Y? It's 2.
2. So if 2 changes sign, it then becomes?
Was it a positive? Yeah, I think it's a -2.
There we go, Palisa. Nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, are you guys okay? Oh, you're still writing down the table. Okay, that's fine, I understand. Please take a screenshot if you can. It will be much quicker. Much quicker. Okay, please do. You're gonna need this table. It's gonna be very useful. Very useful. Now, for a rotation of 180 degrees, okay, it does not matter if they say clockwise or anti-clockwise. The rule is the same. Are we listening? So they will tell you clockwise or anti-clockwise, but it doesn't matter. The rule's the same. And what's the rule, guys? If you look over here, the order didn't change, but what did change? The sign changed for both of them. Thank you very much. Ooh, the signs changed. So if we originally had a 7 with a -3, what's my new coordinate? Original was 7 and -3. I like that I'm seeing more names in the chat. Okay. There we go, more names in the chat. So it's going to be -7 and -7 and what? Thank you. +3. Nope, they're not both negative. Remember, we're not making them negative. The signs are changing. We are changing the signs. We're not making them negative. Yes. So I know this is confusing, okay, because it says -x and negative. Because look what's going to happen, guys. Let's say we're putting negatives in front of them, okay? So this one will then be -3, right? What's going to happen with these two negatives? What's going to happen with these two negatives? If you end up with negative something, it becomes a positive 3. Do you see why, guys? So we're not making them negative. The signs are changing. There we go. Nice. So if it was previously positive, it becomes negative, and it was negative, it becomes positive. Why did the two change by the second one? Because it's the rule, Darisha. Let's look at the table, okay? The table says the one that was X in the beginning will become positive. Well, will change signs. Do you see it? So the 2 was our original X. And we just, I just rubbed that out by mistake. And we just said, if you put a negative in front of a negative 2, what happens to these two negatives, Narisha? Look here, these two negatives, they become a positive 2. That's where that positive 2 comes from. Okay, I hope I've explained that to your satisfaction and you understand. Okay. Oh, in the second one, it's the same rule. It's the same rule, Narisha. Look here. This time it says the y must be negative. The y, it was y in the first place. So that's why it became negative. It was positive, but it became negative. So it's the same explanation. Okay, guys, so we need to learn our table and pay attention to our table, okay? Rotation of 360 Abu, it ends up in the exact same place. So the coordinates don't change at all. Because think about it, 360 means you're going to come back to the same point, isn't it? So you rotate it all the way around, back to the same point, same coordinates. So XY is going to end up being XY again. That was actually a good question. I might trick my learners with that question in the exam. Okay, wonderful one. Someone's like, please don't. They won't, guys. Look, Abu already knew there was something up with it. That's why Abu asked. They won't fail, don't worry. Now we are on 270 degrees clockwise. Now, guys, 270 degrees clockwise looks like which one? Let's look at our table. It's okay, Ogutle, welcome, welcome. Please try and catch up. Yes, Palisa.
Ma'am, it looks like 90 degrees anti-clockwise.
Beautiful. So 270 clockwise is exactly the same rule as 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Okay, and 270 anti-clockwise will be the same as 90 degrees.
90 degrees clockwise.
Nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, guys, so did you see that? So 270 degrees counterclockwise or anti-clockwise will be the same as 90 degrees clockwise. Let me put a star to show you which ones correspond. It's this one, counterclockwise with this one, and then it is this one with that one. Okay, do you see that, guys? Do you see that? Yeah, you must see, guys. You must see these things. Okay, are we still copying down this? Are we still copying down this table? Hopefully we are understanding it. Actually, let me have a check-in. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's have a check-in. There are 110 of you guys in here. So please, I need a lot of thumbs up or thumbs downs. Okay, I see a couple of thumbs up. Where's a thumbs down? Let me scroll up. Who said thumbs down? Come on, don't be shy so we can help you. Eee, there's so many messages here. Yo, guys, please repeat the thumbs down so I can see it. Actually, whoever did the thumbs down, please raise your hand so I can help you. Don't be shy. There we go. Kwezi, I found Kwezi. Kwezi, do you want to raise your hand so we can talk about it? Okay, yes, Kwezi.
Hi, ma'am.
Z.
Ma'am, so with these x's to y, do they swap when they rotated? Like, do they swap the values of x and y?
Yes. So look, you need to look at the rule, quiz. It doesn't always swap, okay? So let's look at the first one. If you're rotating it 90 degrees clockwise. So let's say, quiz, we had a point, and let's say my point was 2, 9. Nah?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you with me so far? So the
Yes, ma'am.
first thing is, do you see that the x and the y swap positions?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means now my 9 is going to come first and my 2 is going to come after. Are you with me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
And then it says, not only do they swap, x will be negative. Which one was our x here?
2.
2. So instead of 2, it will now be
-2, ma'am.
-2, and you're done. That's your new point. Now, your new x and y are going to be 9 and -2. So when you plot this point, you're going to plot it at 9 and -2.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay. Who else didn't understand? Oh, I saw another hand. Where did it go? Where did it go? Whoever's hand was up, guys. Please don't be shy. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think we need to do a practice. I think we need to do a little practice just to see if everyone understood this, right? Let's get to it. So first it says, plot a triangle. Okay, let's not complicate our lives. Let's do one instruction at a time. Plot triangle MNP with the following vertices, which is M, which is at 0, 0, N is at 0, 3, and P is at 6, 3. So it's over there. Excuse me. Okay, let me join my triangle. Why is it so thick? What's going on? There we go. There. And another one over there. That is a very different triangle. So that's our triangle, okay? Let me label it. M is this one at the origin here. I don't like labeling with black because I can't see it. It's that one, M. N is this one over here. And P is this one over here. Nice. Now it says, rotate this triangle in the direction 90 degrees anti-clockwise direction. So first thing is, write the coordinates. Let's write our coordinates. P is 6, 3. N is 0, 3. And what is the other one? M. M is 0, 0. So I need you guys to remind me what my rule is. Guys, what's my rule for rotating 90 degrees in the anti-clockwise position? Ooh, Fatima says, can I help? Can I help? Oh, Fatima, where'd your hand go? There we go. Yes, Fatima.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
Good, and you?
Fine, ma'am. So, Askere, draw, it's 90 degree anti-clockwise. So our x becomes negative.
Our X? The
Yes.
original X or the new X?
No, the y, sorry, the y.
There we go, the Y. Okay, so let's do it. Do you want to do the first one? Let's do the first one.
Yes. So it's gonna be 3, -3, basically. Wait, let me move your screen. Yeah, -3 to 6.
Oh, I like this. Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be -3
Hmm?
to 0.
Mm-hmm. What's
And
going on?
there's the M. M stays the same.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you very much.
Pa, 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 pa.
Okay, guys, my body's very sore. What I just did now is gonna kill me. Guys, let's see why M stays the same. Because if you, first of all, if you swap them, okay, they're not gonna change. Also, remember 0 can't be positive or negative. 0 is just 0. Okay. I understand why you would say -0, Balisa, but remember 0 can't be positive or negative. Okay, it's the origin, it's just the middle. Okay, now let's plot our new triangle. I'm gonna plot it in a green. There we go. Okay, so now my new point says -3 and 6. Ooh, it's right up there. Next is -3 and 0, which means it's here. And then, of course, 0 and 0. Let's see. And another one. And there we go. There is our new triangle, which is called, okay, I should have checked what these were called. This is P prime. That's M prime, which is still M, which means this is N prime. There we go, guys. Do you see how it works? Do you see how it works, guys? Can I have some thumbs up or thumbs down? Nice checking on us. How are we doing? Nice. I like that you guys are saying, yes, ma'am, we can see it. There we go. Yes, we're going to do some more. Don't worry. Okay. If you guys, I'm not sure if I saw a thumbs down. I'm nervous. Klulani, that is a very good question. Klulani says, do you plot them as X, Y, or Y, X? Klulani, the swapping of the X and Y is just to show you what happens. But actually, they are still X and Y. So now the new X and Y are -3 and 6. Okay. Remember, this is not the point P, it's P prime. So P prime has its own set of X and Y coordinates. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Right, let's do the next one. I was looking through the chat if anyone needed help. Now for this one, guys, I want you guys to tell me what the rotation is. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write the coordinates of the original triangle. Then we're going to write the coordinates of the new triangle. And we're going to look and compare the coordinates. Okay, did they swap? Which one's negative? Which one stayed the same? And that will tell us which rotation we have done. Okay. Now, let's write the coordinates of the original one. P, Q, R. Okay, wait, how do I know? But okay, never mind. I already told you that, guys. So I was going to say which one is the original triangle. It's fine. So triangle original, P is 3, 0. Q is 0, 0. Q is not even going to change, so it's not going to help us. And R is 5 and 4. Now let's compare. Okay, P prime is -3 and 0. And R prime is -5 and -4. Anyone know what type of rotation we are working with here? 180 degrees. How did we know that? How did we know that, guys? How did you know it was a 180-degree rotation? Okay, people are saying the minus. Okay, they both changed, yes, but also How else would you have known, guys? Both signs change. That's the only time. There we go. So that's what I was looking for. 180 degrees is the only one where they don't swap. 3 stayed in its position. 0 stayed in its position. 5 stayed in its position. 4 stayed in its position. So 180 degrees, remember, is the only one where the coordinates do not swap. Okay, and it's the only one where both signs change. Remember in the other ones, it was either the one or the other. I know with 0, it's confusing, but remember we said 0 can't be negative or positive. So this was maybe -3, -0, but we don't do this. Okay, -0 is the same as just 0. But the dead giveaway was that we didn't swap them. Okay, we didn't swap the coordinates. So 180 degrees is the only one where we don't swap. Okay, guys. Nice. Now, let's spice life up a little bit. Triangle A is the original. Describe the transformation that produces triangle B and triangle C. Okay, now let's start with triangle A. Point number 1, we need the coordinates. Okay, we can't do anything if we don't have the coordinates. So let me write here, triangle A. Maybe I should name the points, ne? Let me name them first, so that when Palisa tells me what the points are, I know which one she's talking about. Let me name them quickly. This is point A. This is B. Okay, in the middle, it's always O. So I'm going to say C here, D there, E there, and F there. Okay, we're good. We're sorted. Palisa. Yes, Palisa.
Okay, ma'am. So A will be -2, 4. And then B will be -6. 0, -6. Oh no, ma'am, -6, 0. I was right.
And
then O, ma'am, will be 0, 0.
thank you. So this is triangle A, right? Let's start with
Yes,
the
ma'am.
first formation. Do you want to do B or C? Triangle B or C?
Ma'am, we can do B.
So let's do triangle B. Okay. Coordinates for triangle B.
For C is -4, -3. D is 0, negative, is that 4 or 8? Can't see the number.
It's -4 and -2. Geez, you confuse me. Did you say 3 or 2? Am I the one who's can't hear?
Ma'am, I said B, C. It's
Yes.
negative, it's what you call this, -4, -2.
There we go.
And then D is 0, -6, I think. Yes, ma'am. And then O is 0, 0.
Okay, now let's look at our coordinates. First of all, did they swap?
Yes, they swapped.
Okay, they swapped, so we know it's not 180 degrees transformation, right? Now, which one changed signs? Is it the original X or the original Y?
I think the original Y changed.
No, Y. So which rotation is
I think it's 270 degrees.
which direction?
Is it clockwise?
Yes. 70 degrees clockwise or 90
degrees anti.
Nice.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Okay. Question there. Let me check the chat. Ma'am, why is -6 before the 0? We were just plotting the points. Okay, Gabriela. There we go. See, Amtanda already got B, 90 degrees clockwise, anti-clockwise. Nice, guys. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, did we understand what just happened here? Okay, I see hands. So I don't know if they're questions or suggestions or what. Fatima?
Ma'am, I wanted to say about C. What's happening with C?
You wanna do C with me?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, triangle C. Okay, first we need our points. What's the coordinate for E?
It's well 0, 0.
E,
No,
no.
E.
Yeah.
It's 2
Hmm.
and -4.
2 and -4. Okay, what's the coordinate for F?
It's 6 and 0.
6, 0, and then O doesn't change, ne? O is just 0,
Yes.
0. Okay, Fatima,
0.
what kind of transformation is, remember we're comparing it with triangle A, not B. We're comparing it with
A.
this one over here. So what transformation is this?
Oh, this one is clockwise.
The degrees.
The degrees. It's 180. No,
Yeah, because they didn't swap. So guys, it's 180 degrees clockwise or anti-clockwise, it doesn't matter. Because the coordinates didn't swap and what? They both changed signs. Okay. So guys, I'm going to bring your attention to something. Okay. When you look at rotations, you need to make sure they meet both the conditions. So yes, the coordinates didn't change, swap around, but they both change signs. Why do I say that? Because remember with translations, we could move this triangle. So if I move this triangle, let's say down, it's possible for, okay, let me show you what I'm talking about instead of talking too much. Look here. So A was -2 and 4. So I'm going to make -2 and -4. Okay. B was -6 and 0. Now it's moved down, obviously, because I moved. How many units did I move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now it's all the way over there. But my point is, you have to look at both conditions because this point over here, let's say I made an imaginary point there and I called it G. Okay, that point is -2 and -4. The coordinates didn't swap around, right? I see that they didn't swap around, but only the 4 change signs. Do you see what I mean, guys? Those are ways in which teachers can trick you in a test, especially if it's not a shape. Like if you're just moving a point, like I just did now, it could be confusing. So you need to check both conditions. So remember, 180 degrees says both of them have to change signs, both of them, ne? And they didn't swap. Okay, otherwise it could be a translation, but it could also be a reflection because if you reflect something, let's say we move this to there. Now it's 2 and 4, right? Now it's 2 and 4. Did the order change? No, but only the 2 change signs. Do you see what I mean, guys? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? You need to check that both conditions are met for you to decide if this is a rotation, or if it's a translation, or if it's a reflection. You can only know if you check both your conditions. Okay, I'm going to take questions. Let me zoom out so that people want to take screenshots can do that. There we go. Screenshot house. There you go. There you go. Yes, it does become easier. You get to recognize tricks and stuff easily. Okay. You get to realize stuff easily. Okay, I think there are questions. Yes, Palesa, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, when the shape rotates, it will never leave the middle of the Cartesian plane. It will always be on 0.
No, it's possible for the shape to be here. It depends on where the original shape was. Okay. So if my
Okay.
shape was, let's say my shape was there. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And it's going to move. It's going to end up like there or something.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
in the origin. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. That's all.
Okay, Fatima, do you have a question? I see your hand is up.
No, ma'am, I don't have a question. I just forgot to put it down. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Okay, someone says, so if they don't swap, it's not 180. Okay, that's confusing. If they don't swap, okay, if they don't swap, you have to check if the signs have changed. Okay, you have to check if the signs have changed. So let's say I have 2, 3, and my new coordinate is -2 and 3. Is that a 180 rotation, guys? Look at my example there. I had 2, 3. Now I have -2 with +3. Is that a 180-degree rotation? No, because they didn't both change signs. They have to both change signs. Do you see what I mean? That means this is probably a reflection, right? It's a reflection on the y-axis. Do you see that your x changed signs? This is what I mean. The more you practice, the better you understand what I am saying. Kumo, what don't you understand, darling? Yes, that means this one is a reflection. Yes, Elijah.
Miss, earlier was that triangle the B1. If you write the 0 before the -6 one, will you get it wrong in the test?
What do you mean? So in triangle A, we're on triangle A, right?
Yes, B, if you write
Yeah.
the 0 in front of the like 0 is the x and -6, yeah, like that, will you get it wrong in the test?
Yes, it's incorrect. It's the wrong way around. Because remember, Elijah, this is directions, right? This is directions. So X tells you where you go left and right, and Y tells you where you go up and down. Do you agree?
Yes.
So always write coordinates as X first and then Y second. So the -6 tells you first walk 6 to the left. So if you put -6 after the 0, you're telling me to walk 6 down. Do you see my problem?
Yeah.
What's saying to the left? It's saying you must go down because it's in the place of the Y. So it has to be in the correct place so that I can walk in the correct direction.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, Komuncho says, I don't understand. Oh, I just rubbed out my E now. E and D. I don't understand how you got the -2, 4. Where is the -2, 4? Oh, the coordinate for A. Kumo, the coordinate for A, it's just a coordinate. Did you hear what I said about direction? So remember, we write coordinates in the form X, Y. Okay, X, Y. So the one that comes first tells you where to go on the x-axis. This is the x-axis. And the one that comes after tells you where to go on the y-axis. Okay, so you're talking about A. So A is -2 and 4. Because, okay, if you walking to A, you're going to walk 2 spaces to the left. Do you see that? 1, 2. That's why it's negative. Negative tells you walk to the left. And then 2 means walk twice to the left. Done. And then you have to walk up 4 times. So up is positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are at A. Do you understand, Kumo? It's just plotting coordinates, okay? You might need to go revise functions and stuff. Okay, I think we deserve a brain break. That was a lot of work. Whew. Does it result to a congruent shape? Yes, Kwezi. It's the exact same shape, we just moved it. So if your new shape is different, if it's similar but not congruent, then there's something wrong. Okay, there's something wrong.